Hi, this is my final video reflection on how I thought the service project went and working with the Carnegie Center. I would overall say the Carnegie Center is a good place to volunteer with, except for the fact of a few things. There was, in the beginning, there was kind of like a lot of opportunities that were given to us. They were like, all right, you guys can have this to work, and you guys will have this opportunity to work this event. But it comes down that there weren't actually a lot of events for us to actually work. A couple of us did these like culture nights there that were pretty good. But overall, if the point is to actually get involved and do service work, I don't think the Carnegie is that great of a place. When Caitlin and I volunteered for the main event, we didn't really do anything. I think Audrey had a bigger part. Audrey was working like a spinner type of thing where people could win prizes, but Caitlin and I were just sitting in this room where people were eating, and we were just really sitting there and just like talking to each other because there wasn't really that much for us to do. So I think a lot of times they were making up a lot of like volunteer positions for us that weren't really there. But other than that, the people that we worked with were really nice, and they're mostly volunteers too. The girl that we were working with, she was really only hired to like get the Carnegie ready for this event. So we were like reporting to her for volunteer stuff, and she didn't even really work there. So I would say that would probably be one of the downfalls because um, Joey actually went to get hours from her, and she doesn't even work there anymore. So she was like a temporary contracted person, and she knew about the Carnegie Center, but she was more hired to like help organize the event instead of help volunteers um, get involved where they were needed. One thing that I wish we could have done that the Carnegie Center doesn't do anymore, and that I think probably made it a good place to send volunteers in the past, was the whole tutoring kids thing. I think that would have been a lot of fun, and probably the reason why I signed up for the Carnegie Center is because when I read their website, that's kind of seemed like what they were about. Um, but really, what we did was we did work with kids on the one cultural like learning night, which was a lot of fun. They had like themed nights, but they just didn't happen enough for us to really get enough hours. So I mean, they were still fun, and we still liked it, and it was fun going in a group. I would say that was something that I enjoyed about this class was I got to know people that I wouldn't have gotten to know otherwise. You know, when you're in a class with people, you don't always like talk to them or like really meet them. But I've actually like hung out with the people in my group outside of class. So I think that's something cool that the class and like the volunteer opportunity brought me to. And it also like served as the purpose for my final project because I know a lot of people didn't enjoy their service learning. So then I did my TED talk on volunteering and service learning because it's something that I was really passionate about in high school. So I think overall the Carnegie Center was okay, but it could have had more both on the volunteer part and on the organization's part. For some reason, I feel they don't really need as many volunteers as they might be saying. They have volunteers who are trained that tutor the kids. They have like, I get maybe they're even paid. I don't know, but that's like a full time thing. That would be something where you're given a kid and like that's your person to work with, and I would be fine with doing that. But I understand that we're in college and not everyone has the time to like commit to a child and have that child be relying on you for homework help and stuff like that. But I did have fun, and I think that the Carnegie Center, with a few tweaks, maybe might be a good service learning organization to use for future semesters.